Commercial meat pie is different from other pies. You must learn to make it the right way if you must make profit from the meat pie business. Yes, in this video you will learn how to give your meat pie a structural texture so that it does not break with ease before getting to your customers. Yes, you will also learn how to preserve your pie against microbial spoilage and still maintain freshness in your pie for the next 3 days. No loss, no toxins, no waste. Furthermore, you will learn how to make the nicest meat pie sauce that is juicy and irresistible to your customers. One more thing, just come over, let me show you my costly ingredient replacement shortcut that still guarantees quality meat pie products with lots of profit to your pocket. I know you can't wait. Just hit the like button. Let's begin immediately. Let's begin with the step 1, introduction of the ingredients for the meat pie fillings. Now here is the guideline. Always try to make your meat pie filling as simple as possible. Too many ingredients might give it salty taste or over-seasoned taste, while too little ingredients will make it tasteless. A tasty commercial meat pie recipe fillings should be moderately seasoned in a way that entices your customers and keep them coming for more. And to make that happen, you will be needing the following carefully selected ingredients: Irish potato, minced meat, vegetable oil, onion ball, Fennel spice, crayfish seasoning cube, mixed spice, gyma to be precise, curry masala, carrots, calcium propionate as preservative, flour and water. I will tell you the significance of each of the ingredients in our pie fillings and also give you the recipe as we go on in the video. So keep watching. Now we move on to step 2. Ingredient preparation for the sauce. It is very crucial not to be in haste while making your meat pie fillings or sauce, so you don't give room to any complaint from your customers. Meat pie sauce ingredients need to be prepared before making the sauce, so always take out time to do that. And for this very recipe we are using 7 small and medium size of Irish potato. Irish potato usually comes dirty and sandy, and if you've ever tasted sand before while eating meat pie, it is from Irish potato. So be guided. Good. Now wash thoroughly with salt until your water is cleaned. With the aid of a knife, peel off the periderm, which is referred also as the outer skin of the potato, considering it rotten or any other spoiled part of the potato. Then give it another quick rinse in a clean water before slicing and dicing in a clean surface into a cube shape. Once you're done, set it aside and then mince your meat. You can ask your butcher to chop it up for you with a heavy knife in the market if you don't have a meat mincer. And once you're done, set in a bowl and set aside. Now, in the same manner, clean and prepare your onion. And for the sake of this recipe, we'll be using 2 small sizes of onion for a reason. One for our meat sauce and the other for our Irish sauce. And if you don't understand, just keep watching. Although onion is optional in this recipe, especially if you want it to last for more than 3 days. But I would personally prefer the option with the use of onion, especially for its flavor and aroma provoking attributes. Now, wash, scrape, slice, and dice your carrots in a like manner as your assignment number 1. Note: ensure that your carrot chunk is not bigger than mine, otherwise you will fail my course. Is that clear? Step number 3. Meat pie filling preparation or sauce making itself. And on this note, you will be acquainted with my recipes and procedures alongside with the mistakes you must avoid while making a delicious meat pie sauce. Starting with the mistakes, number 1 is the use of high heat. Now, on your stove and set your heat at low. Add half part of your oil in a hot pot, for we are using 45 ml of oil in total. Go in with your onion into the hot oil and stir fry for a while. Like I said, always use a low heat to do this if you don't want to end up with a burnt sacrifice. Toast in your fennel, curry powder and mixed spice into the oil and stir fry for a while for flavor building. I'm using half a teaspoon for each of these spices. And once the flavor is released to your oil, then go in with your minced meat. This meat is 1/4 kilogram or 250 gram. For we are making 18 pieces of meat pie in this class. So we cook for some while, and once the juice released from the meat is partially dried up, then add in 2 cups of water, and that will bring us to the second mistake you must not do while making your sauce, which is never you make your sauce without measuring your ingredients, including your water. Everything is calculated for consistent taste. Is that understood? So I add in a cube of crayfish seasoning. Don't worry, it will dissolve under the influence of the heat. Just cover your pot and allow everything to boil into a stock. A tasty, delicious stock for that matter. And once that happens, never make the mistake of adding your Irish potato directly into the stock as your mistake number 3. But instead, scoop it out. Let's do it the better way. Now add in the remaining part of the oil we reserved earlier. Again, toast in the half teaspoon of curry, onion, fennel, mixed spice. Under the influence of a low heat, stir fry again so that every flavors is released into the oil. Then move in with your Irish potatoes and allow the Irish to mingle with the flavor goodness in the pot by stirring with your spoon. And to that, add in 1 crayfish seasoning cube. Please be particular about the ingredients, recipes, and the cooking method as expressed in this video. Ensure to observe them if you want to get that sour paste taste in your meat pie sauce fillings. And once your pot content begins to caramelize a bit after cooking for a while, give it a very good stir and then move in with your meat stock. And I tell you, the taste, aroma and flavor you will be getting from this particular cooking method would definitely blow your mind. Pour in the delicious meat stock we scooped out earlier. Then cover and allow to steam very well until the Irish potato is soft to a thickening point. Once that happens, pour in your carrot and avoid this mistake number 4, which is adding different veggies in your sauce. Different veggies, of course, will give you more flavor and aromas in an homemade recipe, but would be disastrous in a commercial recipe like this due to easy spoilage. So stick to carrots alone. And for the sauce preservation and thickening, a tablespoon of flour goes with half teaspoon of calcium propionate with half cup of water. The calcium propionate is also referred to as bread or powdered preserve. Then mix everything to combine and moderately introduce 2 cooking spoons into my sauce. Mistake number 5, avoid too much preservative because it will alter the taste of your sauce. And mistake number 6, do not use too much thickener because even the Irish potato on its own is a great thickener to the sauce. Finally, your sauce must not be dried but moisty. Look at the sauce, meaty, moisty, flavorful, and beautiful. Yes, the taste of a good meat pie lies in the sauce, and once your sauce is carefully and calculatively prepared in the manner in which I have showed you, believe me, you have done 70% part of the job. The remaining 30% part of the production goes to our dough making, piling, and baking. And if you're excited about this, why don't you leave this video with a like? Yes, go ahead, hit the like button, okay? As we move into the step number 4, which is our dough making itself. Now, I will also want you to pay attention because I want to introduce the ingredients, give you the recipe, and then teach you the significance of each of these ingredients in our commercial meat pie that will give birth to profit making. This is 6 cups or 750 grams of confectionery or pastry flour. A closer alternative to this is all-purpose flour. 45 grams of vegetable oil, 250 grams of unmelted margarine, optionally a single egg. This is a milk flavor that contains corn flour, food yellow color, and milk textural property. I will use it to replace milk, food binder, and color. It is Baker's Choice milk powdered flavor. You need it to replace costly ingredients in your commercial meat pie recipe and still maintain your rich meat pie quality and then make profit. So look for it and get it. And with this, you can possibly skip milk and egg without the customer noticing the difference. So keep watching so you can see how to apply it. Next is our seasoning cube. Let me say this, it is wrong to add sugar to your meat pie dough. Instead, use a seasoning cube. A teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of powdered preservative, and a cup of water. Now for the mixing, our flour goes in first. I'll simply go ahead and empty the flour into my bowl. Remember, it is 6 cups or 750 grams of flour. And to that, I will squeeze 1 margarine to it. Although there are cotton margarine that are cheaper than these sachet ones, you can as well use it if you want to lower your production costs the more. Now go in with our preserve, our baking powder for effective rising of our meat pie, and our cost reduction secret, which is our milk powdered flavor, which helps to bind our meat pie so that it doesn't break before getting to the final consumer, which also give an attractive butter color to our meat pie after baking, and in turn give our meat pie a very rich texture. So 2 tablespoons was added into our flour, and over here is our already deshelled egg. So I added half of it and reserved the other half for egg washing purpose. And like I said, egg usage is optional in this recipe. Now before mixing, please be reminded that I added 1 seasoning cube which I showed you earlier off camera. Now that I've mixed to a point, go ahead and add your vegetable oil. This is 45 ml of vegetable oil. Oil addition helps to boost your margarine and also give your meat pie a firm and mouth melting texture. So go ahead and crumble them together and then add a cup of water. After that, gently mix to bring the combo and the water into a dough. Our mixing objective here is simply to bring it together into a soft dough. Now, depending on the type of flour you are using, if you are not using a pastry flour, you might require more water than this. But please be careful not to over add water so you don't lose the structure of your meat pie, making it shapeless. Good. So after mixing, allow this to rest for a while and we'll come back again. After about 15 to 20 minutes, remove the dough and then divide it according to the number of meat pie you want to make. And in our case, this dough gives us 18 pieces of medium size of meat pie. If you have a scale, simply weigh the dough, Then divide the weight of the dough on your scale by the number of the meat pie you want to make, so that you know the size or the quantity of the dough or meat pie that you will cut for each of the meat pie. But if you don't have a scale, you can just use the method I'm using right now. Divide into 2. From 2, divide each 2 into 4. Divide each 4 into 8. And so on till you get what you want, okay? Also divide your sauce. Yes, I will take half of it and divide into 9 because we are making 18 pieces. So after which I will divide the other remaining half into 9 again. This sharing or division process is necessary to avoid leftover dough or leftover sauce. And to begin the piling process, you'll be needing a rolling pin and a meat pie cutter. Now while buying your cutter, you can go for this type that has this kind of line. Its design is finer and is deeper than the other type. It will bring out the pot belly of your meat pie, which is your selling point. And if you don't have a rolling pin yet, you can use a smooth object like bottle filled with drink. Just use it and roll up your dough into a circular shape like this, according to the size of your meat pie cutter. So place the dough on the surface of the cutter, add in my sauce, and then close up the cutter to cut like this. If there is any extra, just use your hand and remove it, and boom, you have successfully cut your pie. Let's take it again. Roll flat your dough slightly larger than your cutter size and shape. Then transfer the dough to the surface of your cutter and add in your already shared sauce. Now close up the cutter by jamming the two edges together to cut the dough. Exert little force to enable the cutting, and then remove the excesses from the cutter, and boom! Just look at the pot belly of the meat pie. Can you see the pot belly? It's as if we added too much sauce. That's the cutter for you. So I strongly recommend this cutter for your commercial meat pie. These are the little tricks and hacks that enables you to make profit in this business. Now raw egg is broken into this plate, and with the aid of a brush you rub all through the surface of the pie. But please be careful that the egg does not touch your pan while egg washing, otherwise it will cause thickening and breakage of your pie. Now turn on your oven and push in the meat pie into the oven and allow to bake. I'm using a foreign oven in this video, so my baking risk is at minimal. But if you are using a locally made oven, please adjust your heat to a blue flame, meaning you should lower your heat so it doesn't get burned. And your pan should be above your heat source to avoid burning from the underneath. You can bake for 50 minutes while interchanging your pan position in the oven at a medium heat of about 180 to 200 degrees Celsius. And after baking, here is how your commercial meat pie turns out to be. Very attractive, firm, moisty, soft on the inside, and crusty on the outside. With no milk, with or without egg, your meat pie comes out to look so beautiful. Now here is another set I made without egg. You can see there is no much difference. Let's break one and see. My goodness, this is juicy. The taste and flavor of this meat pie is not regular at all. With this kind of taste, what will be keeping your meat pie in the store for 3 days? Nothing. And even if it is still on point. And let me tell you my secret if you want to do this. Meat pie is best sold early morning and afternoon. The earlier you supply, the faster you sell. And now listen, this particular batch you are seeing now was made without egg. And this is the one I made with egg. Only difference is that the egg wash looks more polished, but the texture is the same. So I hope with this video you've learned how to make and preserve your meat pie to stay for 3 days. No more loss due to easy spoilage, and you can now supply to supermarkets or any other shops that sells faster for you. So feel free to walk up to the market, buy your ingredients, make your production, and supply to the supermarkets. I normally use transparent bucket like this to supply to them, and they usually keep it in front of their counter where every eye will see it easily and buy. And if you want to know how much I spent, how much I gain, how much I am supplying to the supermarkets, and how much the supermarkets are selling, see me in the comment section. Let's not expose all our secrets here, okay? Yes. And I tell you, you will not make this meat pie with the way I have shown you without you making profit or selling. Thank you so much for watching, and in my next video I will be taking you on Madiga bread. So if you want to gain access to my commercial Madiga bread recipe, then you have to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you will know when I upload the video. And for those that have waited for this video for long now, please, my apologies. Thank you and see you in the next one. Bye for now.